We're kind of general rentals. We don't get into any party stuff, but everything from compressors, generators, coring equipment, concrete placing, demolishing, skid steers, excavators, all that kind of stuff. But we started mostly in aerial and telehandlers, so I would say they're still our primary focus. And then it's Canada, so heat, that's pretty standard. Everybody's got some. We were incorporated in 2008 under a different company name when my sister and I were just out of high school, and we were doing some very different stuff. We've worked around and with our dad on and off for years. So then we changed our name, and he was looking to kind of slow down a little bit. So we kind of switched all of our operations and everything over to our company instead of his in 2015. And that's when Core as an entity came into play, visually and operationally. I grew up around my dad doing things one way, a very specific way. And I think the biggest thing that I've been able to accomplish is to kind of create some processes and efficiencies, bring in some software to help us, manage our systems better. We've also realistically, not that we've done it without him, but been able to kind of take what he started and we've grown it quite a bit. I think that's probably the most rewarding part at this point, is just being able to look back and see what we've built over the last couple of years and get excited for more.
Yeah, so like many other companies, I'm second generation. So my parents started it in '86, and then I spent summers, doing dishes like every, kid of a couple that starts this kind of company. And then after college, I went to business school. After college, came back with the intent of trying to get involved. And then by 2019, both my parents were fully retired. And then 2022, I officially bought the business. And then just actually last year, we built a brand new facility and warehouse, which we are in our second year now. So, but family business. I think it's the small business aspect, to be honest. That's was the appealing thing. Small, community we live in here, pretty rural, but it has this great draw. Like the Berkshires in Western Mass are kind of known for Tanglewood and Norman Rockwell and all of these great cultural places. So we have a great community and clientele that comes here. So that's really good for a rental business, for weddings and everything. But I think this industry and, a wedding and event rental company specifically for us is it kind of fit my identity very well, because it's still very hard work, labor intensive, but we still get to kind of have the pretty stuff as well. So it's a little bit of a good mix that is you get both worlds. So for me personally, I'm not going anywhere. I've signed up for this. I'm in it for the long haul. This past winter, we just completed this, very custom bell and whistly showroom as well. So now we're kind of able to compete with everyone. But I think just having this new home was such a big deal. And I think it kind of turned the heads of some people to be oh, they're pretty legit and they can, hold their own.
I got involved in the rental industry because I just needed a job. And I was a teenager that had no money and my dad was hiring. And here we are almost 14 years later. My dad did open the company when he was trying to figure out his next steps after he wanted to leave HB. He decided to quit and open up an event rental company. Everything kind of aligned where I was able to start here. I didn't expect to stay here, but I did fall in love with the industry. I fell in love with being able to help people, seeing how happy people were with our services and problem solving. There's always something that comes up, and I am a problem solver, and I thrive in this environment. I joke with my dad all the time. I was I don't have the entrepreneur gene, but I have the worker bee gene. I'll do what you need me to do. I'll make the plans for it, but starting the idea of it, no. And so I always joke with him about that, but I tell him if you set a great foundation for me, myself, my mom, even my brothers, if they ever want to get involved, to build off of. And it's important to have that foundation, because then even if everything else falls down, you're still standing strong. And during COVID, everything was falling down around us. we survived because of his plan. I do hope that more people not only grow their businesses, but more people start businesses in the event rental space. There's room for everybody here. And I think that's something that my dad has instilled in me so well, is that there's room for all of us. There's enough events, there's enough things going on in the city and in the state